and only Bishop Joseph Walker, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee, and the presiding bishop of Full Gospel. Bishop Walker, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning to everybody. And we know Romans 8:28 says that all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. I want to encourage somebody at the beginning of this week to let God do what God does. Sometimes the pressure in life sometimes can be frustrating to many of us. But think about a diamond. Sometimes a diamond is formed through extreme pressure. You think about pearls sometimes that are created through irritation, like through an oyster, or steel is strengthened through intense heat. Sometimes life's pressure sometimes can be so overwhelming that we kind of throw up our hands and say, Lord, what's going on? But I want to tell you something. You got to pause and pray. You got to stop reacting. Take time and say, God, what's going on? Give me peace in the midst of this chaos. You got to truly change your perspective. It ain't as bad as it might look. Sometimes you're about to give up on something that's going to be temporary. And then you got to learn how to celebrate your small wins. Because every time you come through something, give God glory that you got through it. You know, you think about the pressure cooker and the microwave. The microwave heats stuff really quickly, but the results are often uneven. When you think about a pressure cooker that Grandmama had, man, that thing will sit there, but what it does is control pressure that transform what's inside and makes those ingredients tender and flavorful. God ain't calling us to be microwaves in this season. We want things so quick. We want to move out and get blessings so quick. God's calling you to be a pressure cooker. He'll let you sit in that thing for a while, but let me tell you, he's transforming you from the inside out. He's allowing everything to work together for good. And so I want you to sit in it for a while and say, God, if this is a season, you're allowing pressure. When I come out of it, I'm going to give you glory because I'm going to trust the process and let you do what you do best. I want you to be encouraged and know the pressure has not come to destroy you, but it has come to bless you.
Hey, Bishop, your new nickname is going to be the King of Analogies. Man, you be coming up with the best. I thought I had good analogies. You be taking it to a whole nother level, man. Every time you come on, we really, really enjoy that. And if you want more of that, let everybody know how they can find your sermons and how they can follow you.
All right, hey, check it out. Go to YouTube. Check out Mount Zion Nashville on YouTube. Follow me at Joseph Walker 3 on Instagram, and I'll send you a few messages at Joseph Walker 3 on Instagram. When you follow me, let me know you can listen to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey, man, enjoy that word this morning. Bishop Walker, love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
Yes, sir. Here's Kathy Taylor right here, y'all. Oh, how precious. Y'all love this right here. This to get your day started, man. Hey, all right, here we go, y'all. We got the front page coming up next, but I got another song I'm going to throw in before that. Here we go.
On the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. So we know what's happening out in California with the wildfires. At least 24 people have died and dozens are missing, but officials say it's not yet safe to assess the true toll. Meanwhile, nearly 1,000 incarcerated men and women have joined the front lines in a battle against record-breaking wildfires burning across Southern California. The number deployed are part of a long-running volunteer program led by the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. In the field, they can be seen in orange jumpsuits. The incarcerated firefighters have been working around the clock, cutting fire lines and removing fuel and working behind the scenes to slow the spread of the fire. Now, the state pays inmates a daily wage of $5.80 to be out on the front lines fighting these fires. It's been very inspiring, Ricky, to see so many people from different states and even different countries. Mexico, I believe that there was a group of firefighters coming from South Africa. Canada. They're just coming from all over to help and try to contain this fire.
They had a community of Africans that live in Canada that have come down to help as well. Yeah, right. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but they're working on getting it contained, and they say the winds may be slowing down, so hopefully that should give them some relief. In other news, the Justice Department provided chilling details about the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, describing the two-day raid that killed 300 black residents and destroyed their businesses as a coordinated military-style attack conducted by a white mob of over 10,000 people. The DOJ conducted a 4-month investigation into the attacks, which took place between May 31st and June 1st in 1921, still researching this massacre from over 100 years ago. Now, in addition to the killings and property destruction, money and personal property were stolen, and victims were not provided with any aid. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick rundown of today's news. For updates and more headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
What's going on, Maria? Well, the Minnesota Vikings versus L.A. Rams game has been moved from L.A. to Arizona due to the L.A. fires. The game is going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. I don't know if you guys watched NFL football playoffs over the weekend, but here's a snapshot.
It's Wade! It is good! The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders! They do it again! We'll see you in Detroit! And Jay Gonzalez kicks in the door and kicks us into the second round of the playoffs!
Man, baby, spit all over that microphone.
Come on, baby. Shout out to the
soaking wet. Spit it.
real Washington Commanders fans right there. Walk-off field goal to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the first playoff win for Washington since 2006, led by rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels, who happens to be a black quarterback. Houston Texans defeat the L.A. Chargers. Shout out to head coach D'Amico Ryans, former Alabama Crimson Tide, who happens to be a black quarterback, and his black head coach, and his quarterback C.J. Stroud, who happens to be black as well. There's a pattern here because the Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Woo. This one was kind of bittersweet because Mike Tomlin, who's a black head coach who lost the game, but he lost to a black quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Come on now.
Come on, dog. Oh, let's go on to the Philadelphia Eagles, who beat Green Bay. Who they got? They got a black quarterback called Jalen Hurts. So, listen, man, what's the message here? Bet on black.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's going to be good, man. Man, this playoff season is going to be good.
Yes, sir,
I'm
man.
excited about it.
It's some beautiful things happening, man. All these organizations that are coming up, and it goes back to that theory of, remember back in the day when they said that black quarterbacks could not get to, could not win. Remember that?
And a black head coach thought about.
Come on, dog. Come on, man. It is what it is. So we're going to get into it later on in my second sports report. But we got more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up next.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, 28 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all, it's time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, the weekend box office receipts are in, and coming in at number 3 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and that stars voices of Idris Elba, Tika Sumpter, Shamar Moore, Jim Carrey, and others. Now, this one right here, y'all, is the perfect one for kids. Coming in at number 2 is Mufasa the Lion King, and that's starring Aaron Pierre as Mufasa, Blue Ivy as Kiara. Come on, Blue Ivy. Beyonce as Nala, and Donald Glover as Simba. So that's got a lot of our good people in it. Mufasa was also, Mufasa the Lion King tells the story of a young Mufasa, so you should probably get to the movies and see that. And what's so great about this movie, y'all, is it's dedicated to James Earl Jones, who was the original voice of Mufasa. Y'all remember James Earl Jones' beautiful voice. I think they still gonna use it as he's not even with us anymore, but I think his estate will still continue to benefit from that. And y'all, debuting at number 1 with $15.5 million at the weekend movie box office was Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, and that's starring Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., which is Ice Cube's son, and 50 Cent, and it is an American heist film that the sequel to the original movie that came out in 2018. All right, y'all, now let's get into these stories. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has hit the billion stream mark on Spotify. Not million, but billion. This makes Not Like Us the first diss track record to hit that milestone. Ironically, this came after Drake accused UMG of artificially boosting the song's popularity with streaming bots and payola. But Not Like Us has hit number 1 twice, and it was also named the top rap song of 2024. And the diss track was also both the best-selling song and Apple Music's most streamed song of 2024. So congratulations to him on that. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got the Praise Mixdown with the White Stone. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for Rock T's joke of the day. All right, Rock, it's got to be funny.
Two guys walk into a bar. The third guy ducked. Come on.
Wait a minute, what?
Come on, Rick.
What?
Two guys walk into a bar. The third guy ducked.
Two guys
walked into a bar. The third guy ducked. Two guys bumped their head on the bar, but the third guy ducked and didn't bump his head on the bar.
Break that thing down, dog.
There you go. So now y'all can
not
laugh.
a bar like a bar, but a bar.
Like a bar.
I thought they meant they ducked because they felt like they were in danger. He ducked.
Yeah, they ducked.
They
so
talk
they
like
didn't
a
bump
bar,
their head.
like a random bar, not a bar that you go in and have drinks.
Right.
Like a
So
bar. Like,
could you have said something else they walked into so we wouldn't have thought it was a bar?
Hey, don't mess my joke up, dog.
No, you gotta say
No,
they
it was
walked into
already
a
messed
bar,
up, dog.
Because walking into the bar was the setup because you think,
Right.
oh, they're walking into a bar to get a drink.
Let 'em know,
but
dog.
actually the third guy ducked, so you got to think
Right.
about, so they walked into an actual
They could have
metal
walked
bar
under
that was
the bar.
across the sidewalk.
Yeah, they
I want
should
you
have
to
walked
walk off
under
the
the bar.
ledge.
Yeah.
There it is, dog.
I mean, the joke. Yeah, I mean, it was a good.
The bar for comedy just got lowered.
Right. Yeah. All right,
Well,
Special K, what you got?
Yeah, but anyway,
next?
it's cold outside everywhere, man. How about a nice hot steaming cup of toxic masculinity to wash that joke out your mind? That's coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, Man Law Monday. Good morning, and I need all males, age. What's the good age to start being a man?
7.
All males with hair under their arms. If you even got 2 or 3 hairs under your arms, I need you to listen up, because it is time for Man Law Monday.
Yes, sir.
Right. Man up. Yeah, there you go. All right. No matter how close you and another man are, y'all cannot get a tattoo of each other's face on your body.
Oh, no.
Oh, of course not.
Come on, man.
Do
You
not.
ain't got to be. You can't be together and do that.
Well, unless he did. Now, if he died, even if he died. Unless y'all was a couple. And then, in that case, then Man Law Monday wouldn't apply. Now, it's playoff time in the NFL, and as a grown man, you do not have to have a team, but you do have to know the basic rules of football. If you're in the company of other men.
True.
You can't be in the barbershop talking about, what a first down mean? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Why he push him so hard? Like, hey, come on, man. Don't do that. 2 grown men should not be on the phone together watching the TV show.
No.
My wife and her best friend was on the phone yesterday watching TV.
And you can call about a football game, but
you can call them and tell them about the game. Yeah, you can call them and tell them, but y'all can't watch together.
No.
And be commenting. Gary, you got something?
Y'all can't sit here and just pick and choose, honey. If you're watching it, you're watching it.
No, Gary, you can't do that.
Can't watch it together.
You and one of your sorors can do it, but we can't do it. 2 grown men, let me see, a group of guys should never go together to a Beyonce concert. I don't give a damn if she is the greatest entertainer ever. Y'all cannot go.
Hey, now look, if you going to try to pull some chicks.
No. You gotta go by your, no. Because they be dressing up and stuff to go to them concerts.
Nah, you
Rock T and Super Dave cannot go to the Beyonce concert together.
The Silver Fox Club.
Okay.
Or whether you fall up in there, I promise you everybody going to leave with 2 or 3 each.
And here's another concert 2 dudes can't go to together. Maxwell. You cannot go see Maxwell.
Nah, dog.
Super Dave, you and Rock T cannot go to see Maxwell together.
Why you keep putting me and Super Dave? Why you keep
doing that, man?
Because of that badass joke you told.
Say, man.
Yeah, you
got pretty wings. We got pretty wings.
Yeah. And if you're a married man with a side chick, you cannot take a family photo with her and her kids.
No, because
it's a violation.
It's going to
disrespectful.
come out. Yeah.
That is disrespectful. Do not take it. I don't care how much you love
And
her.
you can't wear matching Christmas pajamas with her.
And you can't kiss her in the
can't wear
mouth.
them with your own wife, for real. You don't wear no.
You can wear matching pajamas with your own wife.
I ain't never been able to do it.
Come on, Roxy and Crystal wear the same pair of pajamas together.
I'm not ever doing that.
He have his foot in one leg.
She got
have
to
her foot in the other leg.
she got to be 5 for me to put on some matching Christmas pajamas.
Oh, come on, dog. You can do that.
You'll do it. Oh, you'll do it.
Yes, sir.
You get the right one, you'll do it.
That'll be the right bow leg and the right thick.
Come on now. You'll put them damn pajamas on.
You
don't lie.
Doggone it.
Don't lie. She put that thing on you the right way.
Put them on just to take them off.
If you're broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whip your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bite you in the ass, bite him back. Try to have a nice day.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. A lot of people, y'all, are talking about Jay-Z and LeBron James. People are saying they should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm kind of almost on those lines of thinking that way. But it's being reported, y'all, that Los Angeles, rich and famous, y'all, that includes Jay-Z and LeBron, they're saying that they are hiring $2,000 an hour private firefighters to save their $1 million mansions and businesses, honey. That's going wild up in Los Angeles now. They're saying that the wildfires are currently threatening Brentwood and Bel Air. Now, they say that's two of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Beverly Hills, in California. They say Brentwood is the home to many of the richest, like includes Mr. NBA superstar himself, LeBron James. Now, they're saying, y'all, in Bel Air is even wealthier. They say many of the homes in the area are worth more than $100 million. Now, they're saying Jay-Z and Beyonce, their home is only worth $80 million. But it's being reported, y'all, that these people are flying in private firefighters who will stay in the luxury homes and fight off the blaze as it approaches the luxury homes. Now, Jay-Z and Beyonce said the cost of their private fighters is $2,000 per firefighter per hour for a team of 5 that's only coming to $10,000 an hour. Now, they say it's much more reliable.
You might as well pay it because if the house burned down, you're going to be spending way more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ricky, I mean, you getting private firefighter. Look, the other poor people can't even get a fireman, and y'all paying people to come in. That's not a good look to the poor people.
But what's the purpose of having a whole lot of money if you're not going to use it to protect your assets?
Yeah, but I mean, you should spread it. You should at least send some of the firefighters to the poor neighborhood, and then send some to your neighborhood.
The fire ain't in the poor neighborhoods.
Yeah, the hood is good when it comes to them fires.
Well, that is true, huh?
Yeah, the hood, Inglewood and
That
Compton and all that. They
ain't up
burning
in the hills.
Huh?
That's not up in the hills.
Yeah,
right.
well, I guess so. But people saying that's not a good look. They should spread some of that money around and help some of the poor people. But I mean, I guess as y'all say, if you got the money,
I'm sure they are though.
What, spreading and helping out?
Yeah,
everybody has been trying to help everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Well, people putting on LeBron and James because they have the $100 million man.
They are helping people though, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helping those 5 people, they paying extra money to get them to stay there.
No. They're helping people. They donating stuff. They helping people. They donating money, clothes, and all kind of stuff.
And they don't have to make announcements every time you donate to help people.
Right.
Well, guess what?
That's right.
Well,
Marty.
they made an announcement. Let us know they're paying $2,000 an hour. So just go ahead and spread the rest of the news. Then you're gonna tell
that
us
is a lot of money. $2,000 an hour.
Yeah. So
wow.
I mean, but we're just gonna keep everybody lifted in prayer. Hopefully the fires end. Because somebody said that somebody may have set the fire. Because they saying that's not something that was natural. But we're gonna follow those stories and see and make sure everybody's happy.
All around.
It is. It sure is, honey. Speaking of sad, y'all, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, it's a sad moment, y'all, for NBA superstar Jimmy Butler. Rock, are you familiar with Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, we know Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, well, a lot of people saying that he's upset, honey, with his Caucasian baby mama because all she's asking for nearly $1 million a year in child support payments. Now, they're saying Jimmy pays, honey, his former IG influencer, Miss Kayla Nowak, $55,000 a year in monthly child support for their 3 kids, Riley, Brian, and Kayan. Now, they're saying in the United States, child support payments are tax-free, and they say since Jimmy pays 40% in federal income tax, he actually shells out $92,000 a month to her in child support, y'all. And they're saying, honey, that $1.1 million a year has to be paid out. But they're saying Kayla says she wants more. She's a white woman, and she feels she should have more. They're saying, honey, and she's been him another $10,000 a month for a nanny. She says she needs a nanny.
So he pays her $55,000 a month.
and she needs some more. She needs 10 more thousand because she got to have a nanny for those little black children. But nevertheless, they said
if you can't afford a nanny, then just get the child to the dad.
Yeah, and then she's also saying, they're saying too, that she does not work and she don't feel she have to work because, hey, she got those 3 kids for him. And he should pay him, though. And, my thing is this. I think he should pay her. If you got a beautiful Caucasian woman and she's not even a wife, and she got them 3 children for you, he should pay that woman her money.
They got 3 children?
She got 3. Yes.
Do the math on $55,000. Hey, so is that kind of money? Is that taxed money when the women get that kind of child support?
I just said you're not listening. It's tax free.
Oh, $55,000.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, she should have that. She's a Caucasian woman with an African American man who makes good money.
You threw that out there about 5 times. What you trying to say, girl?
So what if she was a black woman?
Sure, we know she Caucasian, right?
That's right. Yeah. So honey, so Miss Novak should get her coins, honey, and raise them children and sit at home and do nothing. So whoever Jimmy Butler is, honey, he needs to continue dribbling those balls and make sure that woman get her coins.
Why you gotta say it like that, dog?
Dribbling those balls. Dribbling those balls.
So we gonna keep our parties lifted up in prayer, and hopefully, just in time for Black History Month, honey, Miss Novak get her coin. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is Alpine. On the high end, you say Alpine, and on the low end, just say beautiful white. That's your color for today.
There it is. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. What's your Rickey Smiley Morning Show? I got your wake-up calls. Get in the 8669-RICKEY. Happy Founders Day. Let's go.
Wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together.
Get it together.
Hey. Yes, you did.
Me.
Wake up. Encourage each other and
hey.
Come on. Hey. Where you calling from? Come on and tell us.
Wake it up.
Miami, Florida. Shout out to the Miami Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hi, this is LaShondra Randolph calling from Augusta, Georgia, representing Augusta alumni of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Cincinnati Queen City Alumni Chapter, Spring 24, Cassandra Tucker. I'm calling all my sorors to wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Alice Johnson calling in from Augusta Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. Happy Founders Day, sorors! Oh.
This is Dr. Deborah Hunter Clark from Camden Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated in Camden, South Carolina. Wake up, wake up.
Good morning. My name is Tracy. I am calling from the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter. Good morning, my beautiful sorors. Happy Founders Day. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm representing Baltimore County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta, Spring 2002, Faithful 58. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all. Hey, man, real big shout out to one of my mentees, Kayla Booth, and shout out to Judge Nikita Blockton. Rest in peace to my middle school principal, who was one of the greatest Deltas of all time, Rosa P. Hanks, Melody Armour, my little cousin, Adrian Marche Peterson, my little sister, Kim Nelson Ingram. Happy Founders Day to you, TJ. Got 2 sorors working on the morning show. Comedian extraordinaire Rita Brent, Candace Delaney, that's my sister, and Cernette, Mary Robinson. Shout out to you, Pam and Lily, all of y'all sorors, man. I absolutely love y'all. Y'all mean the world to me. All right, that's Pamela Van and her sister Lily. I love all of y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for everything you have done in my life and all of the influential Deltas. Members of Delta Sigma Theta that's been a part of my life and my career, and UAB chapter for putting me, UAB and Alabama A&M Deltas for putting me on some of my first performances when I was broke and didn't have nothing, giving me $75 to $150. I needed it. It paid the bills. So listen, to celebrate 112 years, Founders Day of Delta Sigma Theta, we got President Elsie Cooke-Holmes is going to be joining us up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 28 after that. I really just had a real moment where I just had tears coming down my eyes, because I would not be where I am if it was not for Rosa P. Hanks. And she was a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She was my middle school principal. And, man, the discipline and the structure and the paddling and the getting in my face and putting a finger in my face and getting me together, she was the only person who called me by my real name. And I felt comfortable and was there for me when my grandmama died. And she said, I follow you, Broderick. She said, I know everything about you. And I went up to her house before she died. She pulled out a whole book with every single newspaper clip and everything that I'd done. And this lady was a pianist, and she was on me because I was taking piano lessons in band. And she stayed on me. She made me come to her office and work, and she beat my ass. And she had a lot to do with the reason, the man that I became. Rosa P. Hanks, she was on the charter line, if I'm not mistaken, the charter line or after the charter line at the University of Alabama. And she was wonderful, and she didn't play no games. I would not be where I am if it was not for her. The discipline, the structure, and the mindset that I have. And she was one of my best friends on this earth. So rest in peace to her, Rosa P. Hanks. All right, I'm so excited. You know I love repping for the Divine Nine, and today marks the 112th Founders Day to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated.
Yeah. That's right. Ricky, Delta Sigma Theta was founded on January 13, 1913 by 22 collegiate women at Howard University. They wanted to use their collective strength to promote academic excellence and provide assistance to those in need. Notable Deltas include Natalie Cole, Shirley Chisholm, Shirley Ralph, Angela Bassett, Cicely Tyson, Aretha Franklin, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, and many more.
And joining us this morning, y'all, is their national president, Elsie Cooke-Holmes. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to see you. I am so happy to be here as the proud international president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yeah. You already know how I feel about y'all. I found mothers in y'all sorority. I found big sisters and little sisters and nieces. I absolutely love y'all. We celebrate the founding of Delta Sigma Theta. What does this day mean to you personally and as the president of this great sorority?
It is just amazing to celebrate 112 years of sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action. I have felt that I've been a Delta all my life. I'll be totally honest with you. I am a proud legacy. My mother, when she left this earth, had been a member of Delta for over 70 years. And so from the time that I was young, I, too, had role models that were Deltas. I had mentors that were Deltas, starting with my mom, some of our past national presidents, and many, many others. So it means the world to me to be able to lead this organization for such a time as this. We are celebrating under the theme Forward with Fortitude. Together we rise. Resilient, impactful, steadfast, and empowered. And we know that our work is needed more than ever, so that we are ready to continue to engage our sisterhood, empower our communities, and elevate our impact in 2025 as we celebrate 112 years. And I hear you have a lot of my sorors on listening.
Oh, yeah. They hype.
Oh, yes. That's right, Ms.
My
Holmes.
sisters, happy Founders Day to all of my sisters of Delta Sigma Theta.
Absolutely.
We are excited, and we are going to just keep turning it up for the entire day, and quite frankly, the entire month. We know we share this founding month with some of our D9 brothers and sisters, including this week, where we'll also celebrate with the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha, as well as the members of Zeta Phi Beta, our sister organization. But for today, we continue to celebrate the crimson and the cream. We celebrate those
I love it.
who in 1913 founded Delta Sigma Theta. So I am headed to D.C. a little bit later this week, and I am very, very excited, very, very excited to celebrate.
Oh, it sounds like y'all going to be partying all week long. My goodness. So how do you see the sorority's mission evolving while remaining deeply rooted in the legacy of the founders?
Well, I will tell you, you mentioned partying, but I just want to mention a couple of additional things because, yes, we celebrate. we get together. But I want to especially call out in a time like this, the challenges that we've had, the challenges that we know that we're about to face. Our members are continuing to stand on business. And I want to especially call out because it is very fresh in my mind. Members of the Far West region, members in the Los Angeles area who gathered, they postponed their Founders Day due to the tragic fires going on throughout that area, but came together for a day of service. They came together to be able to support the people impacted, the families impacted, to give food, to give supplies. We have our sisters all over the country as we come together for any type of natural disaster to make donations. And so though we may stop to celebrate, we are always about the work. We're always about the service. We're always about the social action. We worked hard during this past election, and we know we have more work to do than ever as we come up to 2025.
And President Holmes.
So we're going to pause and celebrate, but we're going to keep doing the work.
Absolutely. And we want to thank you for joining us this morning. And we want to, I want everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. I want y'all to give it up for the national president of Delta Sigma Theta, Elsie Cooke-Holmes. Thank you so much for joining us. We absolutely love you.
Sir.
Yes, sir. We doing big over here when it comes to our Divine Nine. Chicken and Waffle Mix coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Black Tony, where you at?
Whew, boy, I'm so glad you picked up the phone this morning, because I got to tell you, I got bad news for the morning show. I'm not gonna be there. I'm not bad news for the morning show. I'm not gonna be there today. Bad news. I know everybody's sad.
Why you not gonna be here today, Black Tony?
Cause I had an accident on Friday when it was snowing ice everywhere, and then I had an accident. I slipped in my auntie driveway. She got a big driveway with a hill on it, and I slipped down trying to play with my little cousin, and I slipped and hit my head, and it gave me they said I got it made me get narcolepsy.
Get narcolepsy.
Yeah, so every time I just be walking in, I just.
But did you call in yesterday? Hello.
He went to sleep that fast. Wake up, Black Tony.
But he called in yesterday. What's the day? No, he called in Friday. What was a snowstorm?
Hello.
Friday.
Hello.
Yeah, what was a snowstorm,
Hello?
Black Tony?
Rick, you heard what I said.
Yeah, what you say?
I fell down there. I went to the hospital. They said I got.
We got that.
And it made me fall asleep just out of nowhere.
We got that, but what we trying to find out? The snowstorm was
He gone, dog. He went back to sleep. Wake up, Black Tony.
No, that don't.
He got a condition now. That's what he's trying to explain.
Wait a minute.
He finna come
Hello?
out. There you go.
Hello.
Black Tony.
Who this? Hey, who this?
This Rick.
Hey, what's up, Rick?
Rock team.
What's good? Y'all at work?
Yeah, we here, dog.
Yeah, we at work. Where you at?
Make it up. Hey, I'm gonna be done.
Black Tony. Now I got to wait back up to answer what I want to ask him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Black Tony.
Hello, Rick.
Hey, yeah, you coming to work today?
Rick, this Black Tony. What's up?
Yeah, we know who it is. Are you coming to work?
Huh?
Y'all lying on the job.
Yo, Tony, we in the studio. I'm sleeping.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, you almost called yourself Black Tony. Black Tony.
Huh? Hey, Shadow.
Hey.
I told you what happened. What happened to me on Friday?
What
I
happened?
got narcolepsy.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
I hit my head and got narcolepsy.
Hello?
There it is.
Little motherfucker gonna try to rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Pinky.
I wasn't trying to rob.
Shut up! Before I bust a cap up in your ass. Now, what you done with Theta and Roach?
Theta is my people.
Shut up! Now, who sent you?
Nobody sent me.
Say another motherfucking word and it's over. And I ain't playing no. Now, you ain't got no gun. But where the weed at? I ain't got no weed. Shut the shut. Oh, say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else. I'm gonna tie your old monkey up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Ricky, it's a very, very sad day, y'all, for a lot of celebrities. But in particular, y'all, it's a very sad day, y'all, for Darryl Granberry. I don't know if y'all know who Darryl is. He's Mr. DDG. He's the baby's father of Miss Haley Bailey. He's speaking out. He's saying that he lost his beautiful Los Angeles mansion in the fire. Yes, they said in a podcast, the 27-year-old YouTuber comedian said, he said, I found out today that I don't know if this is TMI or not. He said, but I found out today that I ain't got fire insurance, y'all. It's sad, honey. He said, so I'm figuring it out, bro, because my crib burned down, he said. And he said, that's just millions wasted. He said, if I don't got the fire insurance, bro, it's a wrap. He said, yeah, I just got to take the loss on the chin. DDG said that he is working on getting his insurance, but it may be too late, y'all. Now, DDG's real name is Darryl Granberry, and he's best known for dating singer actress Halle Bailey. And they said in the 2023, they welcomed their first son, honey, Lil Halo Bailey, and he says it's not clear, they still dating or not, but he doesn't have a place to live. And at one point, I think he and Haley, it was a report that they had broken up or whatever and stuff. Now, so I'm assuming right now, I'm sure he's gonna probably get back with her, because if he's homeless, he got to have a place to stay.
That don't mean he got to get back with her. He probably has family too.
Yeah, but they don't use family. Don't use the take.
But I'm sure he's gonna go spend some time with his son. But that don't mean that he's gonna have to live with her. We'll see.
Yeah, it's sad though. So Rick, I mean, people houses
they've been
are just
canceling insurance.
Yeah, Tyler Perry speaking out about it too, honey, saying that how you gonna pay all this money for insurance and then you can't use it when you need it?
Right.
So that's what they're saying. But in other fire news, y'all, it's sad to report that Beyonce's mother, Miss Tina Knowles, they say she's mourning the loss of her sacred happy place after her Malibu beach house, honey, was destroyed. Now they're saying the retired fashion designer lost her beloved bungalow, y'all, in the ravaging wildfires. They said the Capricorn, who is also known as alternative singer Solange Knowles, shared a video, and they talked about it, that the house burned down, and it's sad. Celebrities are losing their houses, honey, and people, this fire is just becoming just crazy.
Yeah, you see people, Gary, and it's like within minutes they're just grabbing a few things and leaving. It just really made me think about, like, what are the few things that I would grab?
Yeah, what could you grab?
Because they don't have a whole lot of time.
And you don't have no place to put it but in your car.
Yeah.
So you can't fit,
I'm just thinking about the sentimental things that I couldn't replace,
Yeah.
Yeah, my business manager was telling me she had already started taking things and putting it into storage and valuables, because it was like a few blocks away from her house up the hill. You know that main street leaving the Sofitel, Brat, going up into the hills.
Yes.
It's coming to that little area where that 7-Eleven is over there on the right. It's
like
right,
Ventura.
It's coming right down that hill right there. Like she was one house away from being evacuated.
Like the canyon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep. So we're going to keep all these parts dipped in prayer. And a happier note, y'all, Sexy Red, honey, is speaking out. Y'all hear what Sexy Red had to say?
No.
She said, baby, y'all girls are hating her. She just purchased a new $30,000 boob job, and she's saying it's top notch. And she said, baby, she's letting the world know that she's happier now. She feels good about it and stuff. And, she's 800 a pound town unwrapped. Said people are hating on her.
Let us see. We want to see. We want to see what we can feel good about it. Because it's just selfish for her to announce it, and she feel good about it, but she ain't showing us. So we can see. Let us see.
Trust me, you gonna see. Sexy Red gonna show it to you.
My. I ain't gonna say one, but
don't say it. That's right, honey. So congratulations to Sexy Red, $30,000. I mean, I guess that's one. I mean, that's
a ta-ta. Boom. Boom, girl. A ta-ta.
Anyway, in honor of, I'm going to move on, Ricky. In honor of Founders Day, y'all, I want to say Happy Founders Day to some of my Delta, Theta, Sigma Theta, Theta friends. Yeah, y'all got me all twisted with all that mess. But anyway, I say
announcing a chapter, ain't it?
I want to say Happy Founders Day to my dear friend Jada Bird. I want to say Happy Founders Day to my attorney Anita Tennant Mack. I want to say Happy Founders Day to Dr. Monica Isles, Erica Isles, Bernadine Miss Julian, Stacey Matthews, Demetria, and Patrice Hickman. Happy Founders Day to all those girls of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, honey. Yes, I love those girls, and happy Founders Day. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is crimson and cream, honey, in honor of the Deltas, honey. So on the high end, you say crimson and cream, and on the low, you say beautiful red and cream, huh?
You ain't having a problem with them seeing big ass teeth.
He said crimsons.
Ain't it the end of the end of
crimson? But them teeth hard to control. Trying to talk them damn near veneers. Y'all give it up for Gary.
That's right here.
That's I ain't worried about him.
Hey, Brett, give it up for Gary with the teeth.
Oh, Ricky.
No, you didn't.
That's not nice.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Big shout out to Crystal Smith and Imani. That's my sister and my niece. Happy Founders Day to y'all. And my son's girlfriend, Zoe. She's a Delta as well. Alabama State University. I swear, there's just so many of y'all. We don't have enough time in the show to name everybody. But listen, one of the top resolutions on people's list for 2025 is self-care. But what exactly does that look like for you? So joining us this morning is author, therapist, and member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Y'all please welcome Crystal Mullen-Johnson.
Happy Founders Day to my sorors. I appreciate you, Rickey Smiley, and your host. Thank you so much.
Hey! Shout out to Alabama A&M and your chapter up there, and Tawanda Amos. They used to all put me on these comedy shows back in the day that I would never forget. We are so happy to have you on talking about self-care, and so to begin with, how would you define self-care, and why would you think it's so important for mental and emotional well-being?
Definitely. Self-care is very important, and it is prioritizing your well-being. And those particular activities or self-care routines that you consider are vital to honor yourself. And we have to reframe how we view self-care. It's essential for us, and it's not self-indulgent. It's giving yourself permission to thrive. So, that could be taking time to spend time with your family, journal, exercise, and just doing those things that you value, those things that are very important to you, not those things that other people identify that are important to you.
That's really good. Happy Founders Day and good morning to you, Crystal. I have a question about overthinking. I think that is one of the things that's detrimental for people who are trying to prioritize self-care. What are your thoughts on how we can address like intrusive thoughts or things that we're thinking about constantly that lead to anxiety?
Wow, that is a very good question. Intrusive thoughts definitely can impact your mental health. Therapy is one of those outlets where you can indulge with some cognitive strategies to reconstruct your thought process. But number one, those things that I find easy for those that have not participated in therapy is usage of affirmations, identifying affirmations where you can affirm yourself and remind yourself that, these things that I am faced with may be challenging or hard, especially during stressful times, understanding that you can overcome those difficult challenges. Also, when you are faced with negative thoughts about your self-worth, reminding yourself, taking care of myself is not selfish, it is necessary, or affirming yourself, I am valuable, and pause and reflect upon it, and remind yourself that you deserve rest, you deserve to be honored, and you deserve to be worthy, and taken care of and respected. So utilizing those affirmations are critical to manage your negative self-talk. And of course, as I mentioned, therapy is a great outlet to engage in to manage those negative self-destructive patterns.
Wow. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
So, Crystal, when you're working in an emotionally demanding field like this job here, how do you ensure that you set boundaries between work and personal life to avoid the burnout?
Yeah, that is very important. Setting boundaries is recognizing and knowing your limits. I think it's challenging sometimes for people to assert themselves, meaning to communicate what their needs and limits are. So I think being honest with yourself and honest with other people, communicating, these are the things that I am capable of implementing, and also leaning on people in your environment to support you. Like, I have support staff, my office manager. There are people that you work alongside with that can support you in implementing or carrying out some things. And there are some things that you just cannot do. Sometimes we are taking on way too much, and we need to recognize what our limits are and be able to effectively communicate those to others. So that can help you prevent burnout, because if you are burnout, you are going to lose interest in those things that you once thought that you absolutely valued, and you don't want to do that. And you'll recognize that you're entering into burnout because you feel detached from those in your environment. You'll recognize that possibly you desire to call in work, you don't want to show up, or you're not showing up your best self. So that's why boundaries are important. That's why self-care is important. And that's why it's so important for us to acknowledge, when we have reached our limits. The ultimate goal should be to focus and create balance and honor that and try to maintain that, because you are resilient. And I do want to speak to those that are emergency responders. Sometimes, you can be taxed with all of the, responding to others that are, experiencing some form of crisis, but be attuned to what you are experiencing, your mental health, and you have to take time to rest. And focus on your self-care. And if that is speaking to a therapist about these stressful life events that you are experiencing, do that, because that should be non-negotiable. And I just wanted to bring that to your audience awareness, because, of course, of the natural disasters that we are experiencing, especially in California. I mean, we have to realize that people are going through some extreme stressful conditions. Right. And right now, 2025 is a year where people are experiencing a range of emotions. Some people are excited about this new year. Some people are really feared, uncertain. I mean, especially with our new administration, of course, approaching as we will be having an inauguration soon. So be aware and identify a mantra this year. And I want you to ask yourself, how can I show up for myself, despite life's challenges? And I also want you to focus on this year, what can you do to extend grace to yourself and then grace to others? Because we all need that.
Wow. I was, and Brat, you might feel this way, was feeling burnt out. And what I did for the past 6 years, I stopped performing in the summer. I started just taking weekends and just having a normal weekend, because running, 3 shows on a Saturday, 2 shows on a Friday, 1 show on a Sunday, and travel and hotel, ground transportation, trying to perform, then jumping up doing radio. And in order for you to be able to shoot the ball, you're going to have to create space. Take a step back. LeBron always take a step back to create space for him to shoot the ball. And because you got your own personal stuff, personal emergencies and death and sickness and everybody going through it. And if you don't have the mental capacity to do that, you have to slow down a little bit and create space, Crystal. I
agree. I mean, just reinforce it. Absolutely. Just reinforcing what you're saying, knowing your limits, identifying what's realistic for you. And again, like you said, don't, hesitate to rely on trusted people to support you. And just repeat, create space. What is it that I can do? What is it that I cannot do? Often we're juggling so many tasks, and also procrastinating, doing things at the last minute, that can be really impactful. So recognizing, again, what those limits are and being true to yourself and putting those boundaries in place, delegating, and taking time to rest and recover.
Krista, if people have more questions, let everybody know how they can reach you.
Absolutely. So you can reach me by visiting my website, www.strivebhm.com. You also can reach me by phone, 205-721-9893. We have 2 locations in Birmingham, Alabama, and in Demopolis, Alabama. So we are building a foundation for a healthier you. And I do want to remind you all this year to focus on being focused, creating balance, and embracing strength, and realize that you are resilient. You can bounce back after any challenging time.
Come on now. That's a good word right there.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give it up and show your love for Crystal Mullins. Y'all, one time, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is about that time. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Hey, Jeff, good morning. Happy to have you, man.
Good morning, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Good to be with you.
Yes,
so
sir.
Listen, check this out. You all know that Trump was found guilty by a New York jury of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in May of 2024, right? His sentencing was delayed multiple times due to Supreme Court rulings and, of course, the election. And on Friday, he received a sentence. And I think it has left some people confused and some people emboldened, but nonetheless, obviously, the soon-to-be president again in less than a week, in a week, will have no prison time, no fine, no nothing. Essentially, the judge ruled a unconditional discharge. And on Friday, I think a lot of people were ChatGPTing and trying to find the definition of what an actual unconditional discharge is, because they'd never heard of it before. And essentially, it is the lowest form of sentencing one can receive. Yeah. So ultimately it ensures that you are still guilty of the crime, but you will not have to have any other penalty. And it is so seldom used that I think very few people, even some attorneys I knew, even understood what this thing is. And so that's it. That's all.
Wow.
It's over, y'all.
Yep. Man. I mean, we kind of saw this coming, though, right?
We did, but I don't think people felt like there was going to be. I actually think there were some people that thought there was going to be a financial hit, a fine, a penalty of some kind. I don't think many people thought he was going to do jail time. Obviously, and the judge was very clear that this was about the mitigating circumstances of providing a sentence that did not get in the way of the United States presidency.
But I think what happened, Jeff, is once the Justice Department, well, even before the Justice Department, Merrick Garland dropped the ball. I think the Senate dropped the ball with the whole impeachment situation and made it possible for this reality to even happen. Once all that took place, there was no shot for any kind of punishment. Basically, he's above the law.
And I think that there's a level of truth to that, but I do think people thought, and you know even as well as I do, that if there was any impact that was going to happen, it was going to be in one of the states. And the case that the state of New York had was probably one of the strongest cases. So, again, I don't think anybody was under the illusion that he was going to do jail time, especially winning the presidency. But to not receive a fine of any kind, I think, is something that not only legal scholars, but regular citizens are just concerned about. But that's it. I mean, with 7 days from now, he will be the president of the United States again.
Quick question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the lasting legacy of this?
I don't even know. I think with every step, new precedent is being set, both as it relates to how do people view the presidency of the United States. And I think the lack of honor that exists within the office and even the pathway towards the office, as well as the legal precedent that's set. And so you create this environment that almost feels like you can be an emperor and not have to be accountable for anything that you do if you're in that office, whether we're talking about immunity issues, which Trump brought up, or whether we're talking about the ability to have a clear pathway to a real trial that has a level of legal legitimacy and credibility. So I think those are the legacies that are being paved as we speak. And I don't think we fully understand what the impact will be long term.
Wow. We appreciate that, man. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Y'all hit me on Jeff's Nation on IG. Love y'all. Have a great Monday. I'll talk to y'all on Thursday.
Love you. Good stuff, Jeff.
Finance, wealth, and growth. It's Money Mondays on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is Money Monday. A lot of stuff going on. I want y'all to take the time and welcome Jini Thornton to the show this morning. We are happy to have you. It's Jini Thornton.
Happy Monday, Rickey Smiley.
Yes. Happy Monday. I can't even say it. Money Monday. Yeah. And Jini, there's a lot of recent fires and storms impacting so many, and knowing how to navigate insurance claims and stay financially prepared is crucial. So we're happy to have you here as an expert to share tips on protecting your finances and achieving your 2025 money goals. So what are your thoughts on all of that, Jini, with all of that going on, that could affect anybody anywhere in the United States?
Yeah, let's talk about people who have been impacted, whether it's the fires, the weather, or anything else that's kind of crazy weather-wise going across the country. A few things, Ricky. Number one, people need to prioritize their essential bills. So if you've been impacted, focus on the critical things, housing, utilities, and insurance payments. Please contact your lenders to request payment deferments for everything else. Number two, please contact your insurance company immediately. You want to begin that claim process right away. And three, this is the perfect time to review your coverage. So if you can't do that by yourself, please get some help from your agent or that customer rep, because you want to be clear on what's going to be covered and not covered. And I forgot one point, number four, document everything. So take pictures, video, before you clean up, and keep receipts of everything that you're spending money on, housing, stuff to clean up your home. You want to make sure you can turn all that information into your insurance company.
Well, I just feel like you gave the advice that I was just going to ask you about for people who have been impacted by the fires and the unfortunate events in California. Is there any more advice you'd like to give them?
Well, yeah, one thing that I really want to talk about, Brat, for sure, is the importance of taking pictures and videos. And I know we've talked about this before, because think about it this way, Brat. You're only going to get reimbursed for what you can prove. If you have $500,000, $100,000 in contents coverage, I don't care if your house burnt down to the ground, you're not going to get a check for $100,000 or $500,000. You're only going to get a check for what you can prove that you owned, plain and simple. So it's very important once a year that you walk around your house. I don't care how big or small, house, apartment, take the pictures, videos, open the closets, the cabinets, and everything so you can show what you have. And also, Brad, think about it this way. Under stress and duress, you're not going to remember everything that you have. You can't remember now when you're calm. So certainly you want to make sure that you have proof of what you have to make the claims process a whole lot easier.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jini, I just have a quick question. This may be kind of personal for you, but a lot of people are talking about sentimental items. Now, sentimental items is hard to place a value on, a teddy bear that your daddy gave you 30 years ago, or, a piece of jewelry. Do you have any advice for how people should protect those things and how you would protect those things?
Unfortunately, sentimental does not mean valuable. Sentimental just means important to you. Sentimental does not mean it's a $5,000 or $10,000 piece of jewelry. So in these times, that's really, really, really difficult, Maria, because you may not get the value of what it means to you. You're going to get the value of what it would cost to replace the item, and that's it.
And so nothing is worse than, filing an insurance claim and then you realize what your insurance company does not cover. Or whatever. Like it'd be so many like flooding, especially when it comes to stuff like flooding, all of the details in it. Right. If you would have got this, you would have gotten this back from the insurance company. Right. And how do you help us out on that, Jini? I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to ask the question on some of the details of the insurance policies.
Yeah, no, I understand your question perfectly. It's like something happened. Now you learning what they not gonna pay for.
Right.
And how frustrating is that? The key thing there, Ricky, is we have got to do an annual policy review with our insurance company. That's the only way you're going to know. I just did mine in the beginning of December with my agent. That way I'm going through my policy to figure out, if this happens, what they're going to do. How much coverage do I have? And also, Ricky, that's the time when you're letting people know what has changed in your life. Did you put a new kitchen in? Like what do you have going on in your life? So that way, in case something happens, you're hoping nothing ever happens, but that's why we spend all this money on insurance. It's our responsibility to do those policy reviews so we're clear on what they will and will not cover.
But you almost need a lawyer to do this with you, because you don't understand all that fine writing and all the jargon and stuff that they put in these policies.
And that's why, it's really important, Gary. For those of us who think that we understand all that stuff, you can do it on your own. That's why, as smart as I think I am, I sit down and do it with my agent.
Yeah.
I'm
really?
Like, tell me, break this all down for me, because I don't want to assume anything. I don't want to assume anything because, again, under stress and duress, I want to call them people up, get that claim going, and get reimbursed for what I know I have coverage for, not what I hope and pray. Hope is not a strategy, y'all. Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah, we want to let everybody know, if you're looking at everything that's going on in California, let this be a warning sign for you to make sure that we look at all of our insurance policies and make sure that they are still, that everything is intact just in case anything happens, because just because you don't have fires in South Carolina, it could be a tornado or a flood or anything, to make sure that you're taken care of. And Jini, I a lot of times when it comes to valuables, I take that stuff and put it in storage, a storage facility and stuff, and just go out of my way. I just can't keep all of my valuables in one place, and that's just something that I highly recommend.
And what's interesting that you've been talking about that, Ricky, there's a separate policy. It's called a personal articles policy for those of us like you who may have jewelry or arts, fur coats, any sort of collectibles. Your regular homeowner's policy will not cover a lot of that stuff, and we don't realize it. You got to get a whole separate policy, and again, it's called personal articles, where literally line by line, it's going to list those more expensive items that you have. I have one. What's funny about it is really inexpensive to get it. But again, you just got to take the effort, call your agent up and say, hey, when my grandmother died, she left me her fur coat, or I inherited her, jewelry or whatever it is. And a lot of us have invested in that stuff. We have it. But you've got to get that personal articles policy, because your homeowners and renters will not cover that really, really nice, some valuables that we all have. It will not.
Y'all better do like them drug dealers, spread your stuff out. Don't keep all your stuff in one place. Got your little trash place, got your little hole dug in the ground with a little safe. Do what you need to do up in the woods and go find your stuff so you'll have some. Jini, let everybody know how you can be reached and how they can follow you on social media.
Absolutely. If you have any other financial questions, you can please follow me at Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton. And please check out my podcast, The Thank Me Later Show, with me, your host, Jini Thornton, on YouTube or anywhere else you consume your podcast. Happy Monday, everybody. Great to talk to y'all as always.
You too, Jini.
Hey, thank you, Jini. Y'all give it up for Jini Thornton, ladies and gentlemen.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, so 27 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. You know, details about the fires in L.A. are happening by the minute. Of course, fires across the Los Angeles area have killed at least 24 people and destroyed more than 12,000 structures, scorching more than 60 square miles and displacing thousands of people. Now we're hearing about folks taking advantage of the situation. 68 people have been arrested for looting and committing crimes. Now authorities have also assured the public that they are investigating every possibility of how the fire started in the Palisades.
This task force is made up of local, state, and federal partners designed to investigate the cause of these fires and to see if there's any connection between them.
Right. So I think originally the dominant conversation was this was a natural disaster, but now folks are looking into maybe something else may have been involved. So we'll keep you updated on that. Meanwhile, there are multiple ways we can all help with recovery efforts. I think that's the big question people are asking. The American Red Cross has hundreds of volunteers deploying in Los Angeles to assist with emergency needs of those displaced by the fire. The agency currently has 4 shelters in place and plans to add more as needed. The Red Cross provides emergency relief to residents and families impacted by disasters. You can donate at redcross.org. Also, Feeding America, the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, is working with government agencies to help those displaced by the fires. You can find information at lafoodbank.org. Ricky, I ran the numbers. If 20% of the population gave $20, that would raise nearly $1.4 billion for all of these families. Yeah. So never, doubt how much of an impact that you can make by, trying to help these folks out and do what you can. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For updates and more headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
It's Wade! It is good! The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders! They do it again! We'll see you in Detroit! And Zane Gonzalez kicks in the door and kicks us into the second round of the playoffs!
That's the excitement from NFL playoffs over the weekend.
Hype, boy.
The Washington Commanders walk-off field goal beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. First playoff win since 2006. Led by rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels, man, who happens to be a brother. Houston Texans defeat the L.A. Chargers. Shout out to head coach D'Amico Ryans, who happens to be a brother. Quarterback C.J. Stroud as well. Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one was kind of bittersweet, man, because, Mike Tomlin, he lost the game being the head coach of the Steelers, but it was due to a brother, a black quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Let's go ahead and give Lamar Jackson the MVP, can we please? This dude, the dude's season, I don't know if you really paid attention to the season he had. Like 41 touchdown passes, only 4 interceptions. He almost rushed for 1,000 yards as a quarterback. Like, I know Josh Allen's over there had a big season with the Buffalo Bills, but you got to give it to Lamar Jackson. It is what it is, man. Philadelphia Eagles beat Green Bay. Eagles, black quarterback Jalen Hurts doing his thing. Listen, it is what it is, man. You can no longer say that black head coaches cannot win the big game or cannot have success in the NFL. You can no longer say black quarterbacks cannot have success in the NFL. It is what it is. We prove it every single year, man. So congratulations, man. Tonight, the Minnesota Vikings-LA Rams game was moved from Los Angeles to Arizona due to the LA fires. Game time is going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. So tune in for that. And the College Football National Championship will be the Ohio State Buckeyes and Notre Dame. January the 20th. Who you got in this one right here, Rick Dawg?
I'm going to go ahead. I think Ohio State is going to be a little too strong for Notre Dame. They're not going to be able to stop the offense, and then Notre Dame don't have a passing game.
Super Dave.
I'm going with your pick, Rock. You said Texas. Oh, they're out of it. My bad.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
Boy, that doggone.
And why Ohio State, Dave?
Better running game. Better passing game, better defense. I like Notre Dame's defense, but their passing game is not great.
And they're not going to try to pass with Caleb Downs back there playing free safety, and then he be coming running downhill, stopping the run. I think Ohio State just got too much power for him.
Ohio State should win this game, but something about that Notre Dame, they just don't go away. They don't
Yeah, they
go
don't.
away.
It's going to be a good one. They're
Yes,
going to fight
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
They're going to fight.
We'll see
So
what
we-
happens, man. Follow me on social media at Rock T. Holla. Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 8:28 before the top of the hour. Y'all time for the hot spot. Morial, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Brat Tat Tat. So glad to have you this morning, girl.
Happy to be here. God is good.
Yes, he is.
Yes, ma'am. God is good, girl. That card is, which one did you take to the job today? The one that broke down at the top of the hill?
No, girl. Look, can I explain a little bit what happened? Okay, so Thursday when we left, it snowed Friday, so Atlanta went crazy. My tank was down to like 20, okay? But when I got home, it probably was down to almost 0, but I made it. And I was like, oh, my God, I forgot to put gas in my car. This morning, my car was still full of ice. I didn't even think about it. I thought the snow would have melted the ice by now, and it didn't. So when I got in the car, I was like, oh, my God, how am I going to get this stuff off the car? So I got a hoodie out the back of my trunk, and I started scraping it with my hoodie because this is Georgia. We don't have, like, scrapers and stuff in the car like Chicago. So
Right.
I got that off. Then I got in the car. I was like, oh, my God. My tank is saying E. So it's like, I'm cool. I'm going to make it to the gas station. Made it to the gas station. Could not open my gas tank. I kept pushing it down.
It was froze?
It was froze. I kept pushing it down. I was like, oh, my God. So I kept pushing it. But then I realized, girl, you better turn this car off because if you run out of gas, then what you going to do? Then you can't drive home to try to get another car. So then I kept pushing it. Got that same sweatshirt out. I started rubbing it and massaging it, trying to warm it up to get the gas tank open, and it would not open for nothing. I went in and got the gas man, the man behind the counter. He came and tried to help me. It still wouldn't open. I was like, come on, Jesus. I got to get it to work.
Oh, you better call his name.
Come on, Jesus.
I did not know you and Black Tony was related.
When I tell you when I tell you I was praying, it's fine. I called Beyonce. I said, B, my tank will not open. I didn't want nobody to think I was lying. I put it on FaceTime. I was like, girl, look. And I kept pressing. I was like, in the name of Jesus. And that thing popped open. I said, thank you, Jesus. Man, I got that gas. What you say? You better give me some. Yes, he will.
Gary,
Yes,
you have
he
faith the
will.
size of a mustard seed. You
Come on
move
now.
mountains.
Yes.
She called on to get the gas tank open, Gary. She called
Yes,
on the
she did.
name.
Yes, I did.
My glory,
On the
my
name
Lord.
of Jesus.
Jesus.
But I'm trying to follow which car was that was down.
It was the Bentley. Oh my God! And I had a scraper in the car because thank God, dish on deals.
Oh,
Them
yes,
things we
ma'am,
keep in the
baby. Yes,
trunk.
ma'am,
We
honey.
had a hazard pack that
We
had a
sure did.
scraper in it.
Look at
So I was
Jesus.
trying to dig around the gas tank with the scraper, but I didn't want to scratch up the car, and it just would not open. But I was
You
grateful
better
for that
testify.
because I still had some crust on the front of my car from the ice. Lord Jesus, so
Jesus
he came
did
through.
it.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he did
All
it.
the
He
time.
did it.
Won't he do
Suddenly.
it?
Nah.
Woo,
She
thank you,
here.
Jesus.
She
So
here
I
in
am
her
here,
seat.
Lord, in
Nah.
my seat in the name of Jesus.
Oh,
Thank you,
PTO.
Lord.
No
Well,
PTO.
Thank you,
thank
Lord.
That's the hot spot right there.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
Lord. Well, we're going to wrap up that hot spot on that note in the name of
I'm going
Jesus.
to take off running.
I'm Marc Morial, president of the National Urban League, and this is the State of Black America on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. A packed week of activities. This is Joe Biden's last week as President of the United States. It's also the week of the birthday, actually, January 15th, of Dr. Martin Luther King, who would be 96 years old were he living today. I also had the opportunity just last week to attend the state funeral for the late President Jimmy Carter. Our friend and brother and civil rights leader, Reverend Dr. Andrew Young, gave incredible remarks, powerful remarks on Jimmy Carter, his presidency, placing it in important historical context. Next week will be the beginning of the second Trump administration. Against this backdrop, Donald Trump and his allies are determined to make sure that it takes even longer to achieve racial progress in this country. According to last year's State of Black America report, at the pace we're going, it would take between 100 and 300 years to ensure that Black Americans achieve parity with white Americans. That's too long, and that's unacceptable. Donald Trump issued an executive order at the end of his first term banning policies that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion for federal agencies. The National Urban League, represented by the Legal Defense Fund, sued to block the order. But Trump lost. and Biden repealed that order. This time around, Trump has promised to issue the same executive order once again. We will once again join in challenging that executive order by any means necessary. The executive order is illegal, it's unconstitutional, and what is it really? It's really an effort to block the implementation of the Civil Rights Act of '64, to block equal employment opportunity, not only to block diversity, equity, inclusion, but to block fundamental fairness. They're not waiting around. They intend to undermine and undercut our civil rights laws. We must, yes, we must. We must work and we must fight back. We must be vocal that these actions divide America. They're inconsistent with what is the best interest of this nation going forward. And yes, it betrays the promise of Dr. Martin Luther King and the civil rights generation. More on this to come. Happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to your incredible vision for America, which so many of us share. Once again, this is Marc Morial, and this is the State of Black America on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Please follow me across all social media. And once again, Happy New Year, and I'll see you next week on the radio.